This week, we drop Season 1, Chapter 5, The Golden Waters, both in reimagining form and listen-along form, and I'm gearing up to sink into another big chunk of revisions from my boy Big Z tonight. All this and more, but first, a message to our heroes. Hey everyone, if you're hearing this quick message, you're in the public version of TABTA. Right now in the Heroes of Edra version, I am chatting with them, thanking them for supporting the series and help keep the lights on while we're so small, and sharing little songs and stories and behind-the-scenes stuff. So if you guys want access to that and to support the series, help keep the lights on while we're still a small little shop, you can check us out on patreon.com/7th Valkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and learn more. Anyway, on into the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the 7th Valkyrie, where we watch one series go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie, or maybe we just find the power of friendship along the way. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, current voice of the 7th Valkyrie and its creator. I mixed up the original intro there. Doesn't matter. It's great to have you listening. I do this live, and I try not to edit it too much. Anyway, first, let's cover the week in 7th V content about what's coming up. So, on Wednesday, we have the Season 1, Chapter 5, Reimagined dropping, and because this one only fits as a one-parter, that means we'll also have the listen-along out this Friday, so you public listeners get a two pieces of content drop this week. Woo, it's amazing. I'm doing my little wiggly dance. Definitely check this one out. The sound design Zorn added is off the charts, bonkers good, and then, as always, on Monday, we're back again with TABTA. And as always, heroes, you guys have that already. So if you're a public listener and you want to jump ahead, patrons are already on May 29th, and that will definitely be clicking ahead soon even further, because I just got another big batch of edits from Big Z. Boop, back from a cut. There was a loud noise. Anyway, so I got a batch of stuff from Big Z, and I was aiming to get through a chunk of them last week, but then somehow Palpatine returned. So obviously I had to pause and deal with Palpatine last week, and all the other stuff I just told you about. Anyway, but this evening is my cozy pajama time evening, where I get to set up my notes, my audio player, my cozy headphones, and a good mindless game to click through to keep my hands busy, and I can make my way through 3.5 hours or so of juicy, deliciously updated 7th Valkyrie content. I wish I could communicate to you guys how incredible this is for me, just to hear those versions and the updates that Zoran gives me for the first time. I write this show because it's my favorite story, and I love each character and each chapter because they get me excited when I hear about them, or some other feeling, but to hear it all for the first time, it's like I've written a story for me, and then someone has just brought it to life, and then I get to listen to the perfect story that I told myself. It's incredible. I know that sounds weirdly self-centered, but it's like it perfectly. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Anyway. Apart from that weirdly self-indulgent fiction loop that we just discussed, what's going on with me is we got one of my best buds a PS5 for his birthday this week, and we got him enough money to buy Call of Duty, so we've played like 20 hours of zombies since Thursday. And I was telling the heroes this earlier also in the hero section, but it's CrossFit quarterfinals right now, so we ended up with having a lot of athletes come from the area to do their workouts with us this weekend. Only problem was that our head coach was on a well-deserved vacation, and the workout dates were while we were usually closed, so I ended up with a surprising trio of half days coaching and hosting shifts on the weekend that kind of threw everything for a loop, but ended up also being a really special, rewarding time. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. We've got tons of friends around the area now because of the all these events, and we can work with them and collaborate, and that's feeling pretty good. Coming off of that, today's question actually comes from Power Through Hero, who I got to meet during this weekend. And when he heard about some of Valkyrie, I was chatting with him. He said, so would Val be better at CrossFit than Matt Fraser? And That is a great question. For those of you who don't know, Matt Fraser is the greatest CrossFitter of all time, at least so far. And he is an insane athlete and also a great guy. I've gotten to meet him once at the gym. But unfortunately, I would actually give the edge here to Val, though it would be closer than with almost any other human on Earth. Val's natural combination of size, speed, strength, and body control is essentially like if you slid all of the genetic sliders for a human to the max, and then you added in decades of training and every performance-enhancing substance you could possibly imagine, like forever. So while Matt would absolutely have the edge in experience and efficiency of movement, Val has such a physical advantage, especially over someone who hasn't spent their entire life taking performance-enhancing drugs, that he'd get the win. Anyway, thanks for asking. And for anyone else, if you've got a question for me that you'd like to hear answered, leave a comment and I'll check before next week. In the meantime, stay tuned for our upcoming releases, Wednesday and Friday for public. Hero version's already available. More Hero stuff coming down the pipeline. And I'll be sending you guys lots of love. Ciao.